Ladies, it's so wonderful to sit down with you. So your director Shashank Ghosh described this film as a estrogen tsunami.
Only Shashank.
Which I have to say is a pretty fab descriptor.
Right.
Yeah. My question is, when you're in a film where the most powerful people are women, is the vibe on the set different? What changes?
Is it different? I don't know. I think, I mean, the last couple of years, I think at least I've had the opportunity of working in movies where either I've been working with directors and producers who've given me equal respect, or I'm doing films where I am the most important actor on the film. So I've gotten used to it now. I like it. I think Swara, you also, Babe, what have you?
I loved it. I think it's different and interesting.
It is different.
And I think that, yeah, there was a certain different kind of chill on this set. But I think not just any women, that there were 4, 5, all the women involved, including, it was just full of women. And Shashank, by the way, is also a woman only. He was like an honorary girlfriend.
Yeah.
So it was
That's what we used to call him. We used to sit on our goss sessions.
5 chill women who are all, basically fun people and capable of, working with each other and not having petty hassles. So it was amazing. It was like a party.
Yeah,
and,
the vibe was very empowering actually.
and there was no fake laughter. Kitna acha joke mara.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've done it in the past.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I'm just saying.
Kareena, you're very quiet.
No, I completely agree with him. I think it was brilliant. Yeah, it's so much fun when the energy is right. I think
Energy has to be. We had fun, and Beba always says it feels like this film feels. I'm telling you, I always get this feeling.
Yeah, the
Beba?
feeling is there, and I hope the chemistry is showing. So I'm sure people are going to come and enjoy. They are excited about this film. The promo, everybody's talking about it, and everybody's excited. Wherever you go, they're asking about when the film's coming out. So hopefully, I think it's going to be fun.
1st June, by the way, it's coming out. Just want everybody to know.
Plug it quickly.
Plug it in.
Tell me how much of it was improvised on the set, because you are 4 educated urban women playing 4 educated urban women. So do you bring in your own life experiences and, change things and say, no, this is not how it would happen?
But I think that's on most films, right?
Most films,
But
are you able to do that?
I mean, yeah, unless the writer is very married to his script and says at the beginning of the film that, this is how it's going to be and these are the lines and you have to. Filmmaking is a collaboration. So we did our readings, we did our workshops, and then even on set sometimes, for example, there was a point where we were finding, we all had to go and Bebo finds her one joda, like Shadi ka joda, and we felt like it worked a certain way. And, as actors, all 4 of us were like, we feel like this energy works here better, and it was written in a different way. So, as actors, I think we've worked enough to kind of understand sometimes, this is what our vibe is, our chemistry is, I'm sure each
What was
one.
lovely was I think all of us were on the
Same page, for
when
sure.
It came to all of
Yeah.
while we were improvising, or the 2 of us have improvised a lot unnecessarily.
It's all been thrown out in the edit. Shashank has at that point said, ha, karo, ha, very good. And then the edit is, nothing is there. So, and then I'm like, hello. And he's like, I'm just diplomatic.
No, but see, this is
That's
what,
true. They were
what
doing
you had
that, right?
asked earlier about, how it was on set. We were having so much fun together. We were 4 Veeres chilling with each other. So it was very easy to improvise. It didn't feel forced.
And also, when you know your character and you're within the confines of that, it's good.
You can move around.
You can move around, yeah.
So the characters you play, from the promos at least, they swear a lot, right?
Yeah.
They drink. Tarifa gives me the suggestion that they're sexually provocative, aggressive. I have to say, it's wonderful to see women surrounded by sort of good-looking men who are randomly just swaying and not doing anything else. But tell me, is there a danger here of reducing what women empowerment is to behaving more like men, or reducing it to smoking, drinking, sex?
No, I think the fact that we can say that we're reducing it to that is only wrong. It's completely misconstrued what feminism and women empowerment is. It's a choice, right? The choice is that we all are 4 different characters and we all 4 have different ways of behaving in the film. Like, for example, my character Avni, barely abuses, but when she does once in a while. And there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think this question would be posed to men, that you're drinking, smoking and abusing or sexually active. Does this make you less of a man?
No, I didn't suggest that it makes you less of anything. I'm just saying, does it suggest that...
But what is feminism?
No, but I think that also when we never said, nobody's saying this is a feminist film. Nobody said this is a film about empowerment. It's interesting, right? Firstly, I just want to say it's taken 105 years for mainstream Bollywood to make a film about 4 girls who are friends and not falling in love with the same guy. I know I'm saying this again and again, but I think it bears repetition. Just because people saw 4 girls who are in a certain urban setting being realistic to what young urban working women, what their lifestyle is, okay? The fact is that a lot of us who come from this background, we do curse, some of us more than others. We do drink occasionally or whatever. So,
and we are sexually active.
So just the fact that
Sure,
we are,
we're not sitting, we're not waiting till we get married.
we're empowered about choices, as Sonam said. And just because we're showing that on screen, like, why is that becoming an issue?
No,
Right?
I don't even
No, I don't mean you, but I'm just saying we've been getting this question a lot. So I think that the point is that when we allow, as Sonam said, our male characters to be as close to reality as possible, to the reality of that story, why can't we let our women have that? Nobody asks Anurag Kashyap, why do the characters in your film swear so much, right? So why are...
I mean, there was this film that came out, I think it was Pyar Ka Panchnama.
Yeah.
And it was very like, you know, there were a lot of the dialogues in the film were very misogynistic.
Absolutely.
And there was not, people have celebrated that film and nobody has once said that, don't you think you're being a little misogynistic by talking about how women are a certain way and how, you know, how men are looked at as commitment phobic and women are desperate to get married? I don't think those questions were posed to that. It was a celebrated film and it was a fun film. But, you know, at a point where we're making a film which is entertaining, which is pretty real, yeah, a lot of my friends drink, a lot of my friends smoke, a lot of my friends are sexually active, and there are a lot of issues, and that is not Veere Di Wedding. That is not what the film is. But, you know, but it's a colloquial way of talking, you know. We do swear, we do talk in a certain
So
way.
you're saying it's a portrayal of reality, of
Yes,
a certain
yeah,
urban
yeah,
reality.
reality. Absolutely.
And we're not saying, please don't put this empowerment and Narivad and feminism. We have not said any of this. We're showing it's a story about 4 girlfriends dealing with life and
For
having
humans.
fun
Yeah.
for humans.
Yeah.
So just take what you will from it, you know.
Sure.
But I hope that
But-
it's in a way it breaks the
Kareena
glass
ji-
ceiling. Kareena ji.
Kareena ji,
Kareena ji,
नहीं, Kareena जी बताइए.
But we really hope, at least when my sister and I decided that we wanted to make films in any way, we hoped that there was a space for women to be like, you know, there are films for men when they go and watch their Salman Khan, Amir Khan, Shah Rukh Khan type of Shah Rukh Khan films, or girls also love watching. But I'm saying that we also felt that, you know, where are the films that we would like to go and watch on a Friday night or a Saturday night where we are celebrating women, there's aspiration for women to be a certain way. We don't have those films, and we hope to a certain extent Veere Di Wedding is that film where there's an aspiration to women be like, it's okay if you're not getting married, it's okay if you've not had sex for a year with your husband, it's okay if you're getting a divorce, it's okay if you're commitment phobic, it's fine. You know, Sonam Kapoor, Kareena Kapoor, Swara, Bhasker and Shikha Talsania are also going through it in their characters. So it's fine, and they're enjoying themselves and they have a friendship, and that's what it is. So if that is empowering in a certain way, let it be empowering in a certain way, but we're not
Taking on the mantle.
We're not taking on the mantle. I would love to take on the mantle personally, but at the same time, it's just why is that thopod on us, you know, in a way. It's the same stupid argument that everybody's like, why the hell has Sonam Kapoor changed her name?
Right.
You know, it's ridiculous. You know?
But we're done with that
We
now.
are done with that, hopefully.
So tell me then, why the distancing from chick flick? What is wrong with being a chick flick?
Chick is derogatory, right? Are we chicks?
I mean, you know.
I think it puts you in a bracket, and I think we should, at an age when we're getting out of labels, generally, I think we should move away from that label as well. Because at the end of the day, as we said earlier, it's a film about 4 friends. Regardless of whether it's men, women,
whatever.
or them mixed together, not in love with each other.
We hope men will also want to watch the film.
So,
Yeah,
you
of
know,
course.
Because there are 4 hot women in it.
So I think that's what it is, moving away
I want to
from
watch a
labels.
Salman Khan film because he's there without his t-shirt on sometimes.
Listen, truer words were never spoken.
Absolutely.
You know, Sonam, I had interviewed you about 2 years ago and we talked about Veere, and you were saying how because of the sexism in the industry, it was hard to raise the money for the film. And you said that, you know, the truth is that Varun and John got more money to make Dishum than Kareena and I will get to make this film.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think anything's changed in those 2 years? I mean, we're seeing a film like Razi doing really, you know, spectacular numbers. Has anything moved?
I don't know. Bebo, what do you think?
No, I think it's my take is completely different because I think that it depends on the script. Budgets are okayed on what the level of the script is. But of course, if you compare it to like a Salman Khan or an Amir Khan, film, of course the budgets will be different.
No, but she
I don't
compared
think
it
that even Razi was made on like a really
big
shoestring
budget.
budget.
Sure.
It was not shoestring either.
Right.
So, but I think they believed in the script, and somewhere I felt that the studios come on board on as how good the script is or how bad the script is. But of course, I think that we also got a fairly decent budget at the end of it.
After fighting a lot. And that is also from a female producer like Ekta Kapoor. It was her. She fought tooth and nail to make sure that our film got what we had to get, It was my sister and Ekta. It wasn't a man coming on board and saying, we're giving you the money for this film.
But that is the catch-22 of the economics of this industry, right? That because there is this, and part, it is also fact that certain stars guarantee certain openings, or those big, formula films guarantee certain openings, so producers feel safe to put that because it is at the end of the day money and investment. So I think
business.
That it is a business. So I think which is why it's great that films like, within quotes, female-centric films make money. It's great that Neil Jha made the kind of money it did. It's great that Razi made the kind of money it did. It's great that Ki and Ka made the kind of money it did, because then producers are like, ye kahaniyan hi paise banati hain.
Right.
So I think that
But still we won't get, it's a very long way off till we are like, we can make a Tomb Raider, or we can make like a Hunger Games. You know what I'm saying? Or a Twilight, where women are headlining these films, which are the big budget films.
Yeah.
I mean, even like a Marvel films, besides like a Wonder Woman, are mostly like led by men.
Yeah.
Male heroes, Like I'm just saying that if internationally they are at that level, I mean, India is very far behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I feel like there will be 1 or 2 films to change it. That they
Hopefully.
These things can,
Yeah.
these economics change quickly.
Jennifer Lawrence has to come in here.
Sonam, you were just in Cannes, and for me, the most enduring image from that festival was the 82 women on that red carpet. It was just astounding. And it made me wonder that when will women here in the Hindi film industry be able to sort of create an image like that? When do you think we could get organized enough to actually move the needle? Because that one image was, captured, went around the globe. They were asking for a safer workspace, equitable a paycheck. When does that actually happen here?
I mean, I think with Veere, I think we've moved a step forward. The fact that the 4 of us are working together. I mean, I think right now they're making an Ocean's 13 at the same time as we're making Veere Di Wedding. Before this, maybe...
Ocean's 8.
Huh?
Ocean's 8.
Ocean's 8 or 13? I don't know.
8.
14? I don't know. One of the oceans they are making. Ocean's 8 they're making. I just feel, they are like right now it's going to that space where there are like, mainstream actresses working together. I don't remember the last time there were maybe Susan Sarandon and I don't know. I don't even remember. I think it was like Thelma and Louise. I don't even remember when. I'm saying that it's very rare that will happen. I mean, we can talk and we can go ahead and all, and I don't mean to sound fatalistic in any way, but I'm just saying there's a long way off for all our industries to be like, okay, women need to be treated a certain way, women need to be paid a certain amount, we need to get equal opportunity, the same working conditions. It's very far behind, especially in India. We live in a patriarchal society, unfortunately.
Kareena, you've worked the longest. Have you seen substantial change?
I think tremendous amount of. But I also, beg to differ a little bit because we also had actors like Rekha Ji, Sharmila Tagore, Wahida Rehman who did films like Aradhana, Mausam, Satyajit Ray's movies where they had women-centric characters. I mean, Sita or Geeta was in the 60s.
Yeah.
So we did have women. So I think it's up to people like, actors of today, whether it's all of us here or whether it's Kangana or Vidya or Priyanka who've picked up films and done it. I mean, there's no one more out there, who's gone against every possible tide other than Vidya Balan, be married, not have the quintessential body, but still said that, no, it's fine, I'm going to pick up scripts and do it. And she's done it, from Dirty Picture to Tumhari Sullu. So it's up to you. So it's very nice to say that, yeah, there are no scripts, but there have been scripts since then. My mother-in-law and we were chatting just I think, day before. So she was like, but I did Aradhana when, Saif was 2 years old. Amar Prem was Saif was 3. So it makes good conversation to say that there are not enough scripts or people are not backing it or things like that. But they were doing it back then. It's up to you to kind of say that, no, this is what I want to do or this is what I don't want to do.
Yeah, but the mindset has to also change, right? Like I'm saying, it's for, like you said, women coming together and holding hands and saying that we are with you.
Yeah.
Instead of competing with each other. I think we've just, it's...
But isn't that competition a very sort of media-fueled narrative?
Yeah.
That how was it? Aren't you all insecure about each other?
Weren't in their time also women, wasn't Nanda ji and Asha Parekh ji really close friends? And they were, isn't that, they were working at the same time? And I think it's, it's human to be jealous and it's also human to make friends. I don't think you can help being friends with a fun person who you're working with. So I find that whole narrative a little...
But I think my dad and Amit uncle kind of ruined it with their films, the 70s and 80s. Because I think in the 50s and the 60s, you had Nutan and you had Wahida ji and you had them.
Yeah.
And then the angry young man came in and then my father came in with his Bidu Giri or whatever. And then, and that's when it started. I think the late 70s and 80s
were not great.
They killed it, They basically...
You're on it again, huh?
I've told my father, I've said, you have ruined it for me.
It's all your fault.
It's all your fault. I love him, yaar.
So for all of you, is acting nurture? Is it something you were born with or is it something that you have sort of acquired? The acting skill, is it nature or nurture?
I would have to say a little bit of both, actually. Yeah, a little bit of both.
I think the three of us come from filmy backgrounds, I guess. So I guess it was inherent. And
it was a given.
It was, I guess so. I don't know. My sister's not an actor, but I think it was just there in our blood. Swara, I don't know. She comes from a family of academics.
Yeah, I think
What were you thinking, Swara?
What were you thinking, Swara?
Let me see how I can spit on my education and go to an industry where it is of no value. No, I'm I think you have to have that bit of performer in you. I think that a lot of our biggest stars are outsiders, and I say this carefully and with quotes.
And not very educated, as you said.
No. Also very, there are lots of educated people here. But I think you have to have that little desire to. For me, it was a desire for an audience. I'm sorry, I'm saying it very bluntly. I was a big dramebaz from when I was little. My dad used to call me Isadora Duncan. Because I used to come back every day with the stupidest stories. I said, aaj kya hua, papa, and all. And he'd just be like, And, but then I'm not trained as an actor, formally. I haven't been to acting school. I haven't even done theatre, actually, though people think I have because I speak Hindi, but I really haven't. So I did also nurture that thing. I did a lot of workshops. Even before I came and even after, I'm very insecure about that. I'm not a trained actor, so I keep doing workshops. So I think I think you have to have both, as she says. And it doesn't matter how you get it, that nurture. You could get it, as Shikha did, in the company of a lot of theatre and film, or Kareena or Sonam, in, just being in that world and being familiar with the medium from ever, and it's just almost natural.
It's just your awareness is a little different when you're growing up.
Yeah.
It's just the awareness that.
No, and also I know this is that my mom didn't come from a film background, and I understood both sides. With my mom's side, in my family, it was okay to be a part of the film industry. My mom's side, when you're not from the film industry, you can't join the film industry. So I understood it. So for me, it was absolutely normal, but for my cousins, it was not.
Right.
they couldn't understand it or where it is and why these hours and whatever. Like Shikha and I were discussing that if we came back at 12 o'clock in the night, our mom and our parents would be like, what are you doing? Come back home. And if you're on a film set till like 6 in the morning, they'd be like, it's okay, no conversation, no phone calls.
So usually at about 12, there'll be a phone call saying, where are you? How far are you from home? When do you plan to head home? But if you're on a film set and you're in like mud island, okay, and there's no driver, nothing, you're driving your own car, but 4 o'clock it's like, ma, I still haven't, like I haven't, it hasn't wrapped yet. Okay, cool, no problem, call me whenever.
Yeah, that's a fact though. I was like, that's so true.
Okay, and tell me, Fali, what are your favorite women-led films? What are some of the ones you go back to? What are the ones that inspired four of you? Notice I didn't say chick flicks.
So many. I'm a huge fan of Melissa McCartney. I think she's done some fantastic films. I really like Sandra Bullock and her.
Heat?
The Heat, yes.
Heat.
I thought it was really interesting to see that. And so many, so many.
I like
These wonderful women sitting over here and all the films that they've done. So yeah.
I like Bandhani a lot. I mean, that's like one of the films that I really, really loved. And I also like Gone with the Wind. Very like empowering, tragic, sad films. It's very dramatic, no? Very
Can I
dramatic.
also add, I'm obsessed with Khoon Bhari Maang. Obsessed.
Is that the fashion?
Superb.
Everything about it.
And she was brilliant.
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 Superb, that
I've seen it, I think, at least 8
Those outfits were just getting wilder.
Yeah,
with
the
every, like,
hats and the, it was amazing. It was quite spectacular.
I would have to say like Devil Wears Prada or something like that because Meryl Streep is just
Fantastic.
like
amazing.
unbelievable. Bridges of Madison County.
I love Bridges of Madison.
Unbelievable, I
Yeah.
think. It's just her.
It is her, yeah. She's so good. So good.
What about you?
I have a list. Well, I think that I love Mughal Azam because I think that in that time and that story for that character to just come out like, and
Go against the emperor.
For me, it's a
Yeah.
women-centric film. That
It
film.
is.
It
There's
is.
a
Very.
Liza also.
Yeah.
There's, but I like Mughal Azam more.
I like Guide also.
Yeah.
Guide was amazing.
I think that Erin Brockovich is a film that I was
Amazing.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
I think more recently, I think Jab We Met was fantastic
Yeah.
because it was Geet.
Yeah.
And the whole film was about Geet and like driven by her. And can I also say Nilmati Sinhata?
You must. नहीं बोल सकते ना हमारी भी films है. Nija, thanks.
Yeah, so it's difficult to pick one. I think there are quite a few.
There are quite a few.
Yeah.
There are quite a few.
But
And
I think she's right that it's not like great parts for women were not written before.
Sure.
There were, but I just think that perhaps they were the rarity rather than the norm if you looked at the entirety of what was being made.
Like I
which is why they stood
my,
out. of course.
My father was saying that, like he was like, since whatever I remember, he's like Sridevi was the only one who could open a film as big as a hero could.
absolutely.
And he was like, people are not talking about that. And he was like, I think she was the first one. We were having a conversation, and and for me, I don't remember her as that because she'd been married to Boni Chaudhary for 20 years, and she'd stopped working as much. So I always knew her as my aunt. I never knew her as that. But it's true. I mean, even the films that she did,
She was called the female Amitabh Bachchan. Yeah.
I mean, why should she be called the female anything? She was Sri Devi.
Of course, but at that time,
Time
that
it
was the biggest.
biggest thing. And I'm just like, so there were people like that, and it's not like, it's just like, they were very rightly said, it's up to us to kind of take the baton and be like,
Take it forward.
We could
Yeah.
take it forward. And hopefully with Veere, we are going to break the glass ceiling in some way or the other. And I hope this film is very successful because it's an entertaining film about 4 people. I mean, they just happen to be women,
Thank you and go kill it, ladies.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you like this video, please log into filmcompanion.in and subscribe.